Men marry the woman in front of them at the time they are ready to get married.
My mom.
You literally just told me I couldn't do it without your income.
Yeah, a mom and a dad, not just a mom. There's no divorce. We took vows. We took fucking vows.
Sometimes it doesn't work out, and we've been in marriage counseling for 2 years. 2 years. Communication just isn't there. You're not communicating bills. You got the car repossessed.
That was like 2 months ago.
Okay, it doesn't matter.
It's all good now. Like
no, it's not all good now. I'm not happy. I've told you over and over, I'm not happy. I want out of this marriage. I'm not happy, and I feel obligated to stay with you because you're quote unquote the good guy. Yeah, you don't beat me or cheat on me, but financial abuse is financial abuse, right?
Hello fam, thank you so much for your support, for your well wishes on my birthday. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. It was overwhelming and I appreciate you. Thank you so much. I'm talking about those that left messages on my community tab. Thank you so much, and please take a moment to like this video and subscribe if you're yet to do so. Thank you. Historically, men married for security, loyalty, and the ability to control their wives. It wasn't about love. It was about finding someone who would serve the role they needed. That pattern does still seem to apply today in many cases, especially when we consider how control factors into a lot of men's marriage choices.
Men marry the woman in front of them at the time they are ready to get married.
My mom has been talking about this for years, and as a kid I never understood what she was saying, but as an adult I fucking get it. She has always been saying it has nothing to do with love half the time. It is proximity and timing. And I learned that the hard way. I was dating a guy many months ago, and we broke it off. He moved. That was the end of it. He ended up getting married, and I thought, okay, well, I guess he loves her, and that's just what that is. 3 years later, he contacted me to say, you know, you were the one that got away. And I said, I don't fucking understand. Like, you had me. And he was like, I wasn't fucking ready. And when I was ready, she was there. We got married, and she was the total wrong one for me. And this isn't about man bashing. That's why even Sex and the City had the yellow cab light theory, was that when a cab light is on and the first girl to get into it gets the guy when he is ready. You could literally be the most incredible and a mind-blowing human being to ever exist. If a guy doesn't want a relationship or just isn't ready, he's not going to see you any differently. And it's enough of that antiquated thinking of, well, if he really wanted you, he would, because that takes the power away from you as well as who you are as a person. It diminishes you, as if there's anything wrong with you that this person couldn't see that. That's totally okay if somebody isn't ready, but it's also just being cognizant and understanding that just because an ex that you might have been with ends up getting a girlfriend after doesn't necessarily mean it was a better connection. That just means that they were ready, and that was the person at the proximity and timing that was there for them when it happened.
Men are looking for women who will submit to them, be agreeable, and play supportive role to them. It's often not about them finding someone who will challenge them or have their own independence, which can sometimes make men feel threatened or less in control. So when a man feels ready to settle down, it might not be about love, but more about finding who fits into the life he's trying to create. Someone who will keep things the way he wants them to be. There's really nothing wrong in finding someone that will fit into the kind of life you want to live, but not finding someone who will keep things the way you want them to be. It should be about partnership, and it's important for you to find someone that fits into the kind of life you want to live, but not find a dummy, a puppet that you will control around. The difference here is this: men are looking for puppets. Men are looking for people they will control around. The not ready excuse that men often give is a way of avoiding uncomfortable truth. If someone truly values you and wants to build life together with you, it's hard to have them say that as an excuse. Them saying I'm not ready when it truly comes down to compatibility or the fear of them losing control. That's the truth. That is why some men just say they are not ready at that point in time. They don't see you to be that person they can control. They don't see you to be that person that can fit into the life they want to live. That person that they can tell to do something and they have it the way they want it. Men often look for relationships where they feel in charge, where they are getting what they need, not necessarily what they deserve. Let's dive deeper into how often men use women as placeholders. To be honest with you, it's frustrating but it happens a lot. Men who are not interested in building a future with a woman will keep her around as long as she fits their needs at that given period of time. Whether it's for emotional support, companionship, or just fill the gap. Some men can't stay by themselves. They need to be in a relationship with a woman for them to thrive. They need to feed off women, use women for them to thrive. Men that often use women as placeholders usually know that that woman is not the person they would love to get married to or settle with. But they keep that woman around to waste that woman's time until they find the right woman they're looking for. When I say the right woman, I mean the woman that will do their bidding, the woman that they can control. And then the mindset of waiting to be chosen as a woman is damaging. It makes women feel like their worth is tied to being selected by men, which is totally a wrong approach and a wrong way to view yourself as a woman. In the past, men were choosing women. Men were the ones deciding who they want to take as a slave. Men were the ones deciding the women they want to marry. Those women are chosen based on their ability to serve that man. When men choose women, they look out for some certain traits. Can she cook? Can she clean? Can she serve me? Can she satisfy me? The idea that a woman needs to shrink herself or fit herself into a man's world just to be chosen is rooted in that same patriarchal thinking that undermines women's autonomy and power. The reality here is this: a man will choose who he feels he can control, and that is a dangerous position for any woman to be in because it sets up an unequal dynamic right from the start. So instead of waiting to be chosen by a man, women should focus on building up themselves. We should focus on becoming whole and confident in who we are, independent of any man. When you are confident in your own value, you are not waiting for someone else to affirm it. When two people meet, they should both choose themselves, not because one person is trying to dominate the other or because of some kind of validation. They should choose themselves because they want to be together. Women, it's really about empowerment and self-worth. When you know you're good enough on your own, you will never feel the need to beg for someone else's love or attention. Please let me know what you think about this in the comment section. Feel free to share your story if you've ever experienced this before, or if you know of anyone that has experienced this before. I'm talking about getting married because the man wanted to get married. The man did not get married to you because he really liked you. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section.
But you literally just told me I couldn't do it without your income.
Yeah, a mom and a dad, not just a mom. There's no divorce. We took vows. We took fucking vows.
Sometimes it doesn't work out, and we've been in marriage counseling for 2 years. 2 years. Communication just isn't there. You're not communicating bills. You got the car repossessed.
That was like 2 months ago.
Okay, it doesn't matter.
It's all good now. Like
no, it's not all good now. I'm not happy. I've told you over and over, I'm not happy. I want out of this marriage. I'm not happy, and I feel obligated to stay with you because you're quote unquote the good guy. Yeah, you don't beat me or cheat on me, but financial abuse is financial abuse, right?
I'm not financially abusing you at all. I just pay the bills.
Okay, well, I pay the bills too, but nobody should be obligated just because we signed a contract to be together.
It's not a freaking contract. It's vows in front of the Lord.
Okay, but listen, the Lord wouldn't condone any of this, right?
The Lord says we shall honor each other through sickness and in health, through richer and poor till death do us part. I'm not an asshole. I don't go cheat on you.
I never said you were an asshole or you cheat on me.
It seems like the people that you want to be with are the asshole guys who leave you in the C-section room.
Okay, but that was my past, okay? So what? I can make it without you. I know you think that I can't.
I pay all the bills.
I pay bills too. But I pay for the groceries and all the other necessities.
The expensive groceries. You make decent money from your views and your cleaning, but not good enough to pay for our house and what we have at
Are you fucking kidding me right now? Are you trying to tell me that I can't make it without you? Because let me tell you something, I'll go get a 2-bedroom duplex in the freaking hood and hustle for my money. Every single dollar of it to provide for these kids that are almost grown, by the way. And you didn't even come into the picture until they were 10 anyways.
I've raised them, I've instilled my values in them and everything.
I think that this is what's not discussed is the fact that just because we signed a contract for marriage that I'm obligated to stay with you.
It's not signing a contract. It's not like we went to an attorney's office and just signed a contract, say we're going to be married. We stood up in front of people and witnesses and proclaimed to the state of Kansas and the Lord that we are married and we are going to stick with each other. We're going to look after each other all this time till we die.
I want you to know that yes, I do love you, and I'm thankful for everything that you've ever done for me and the kids, okay? But there comes a time in people's lives that we've got to move on. And this is the time. We're growing apart. We're not the same people. We've been to marriage counseling. We've exhausted every avenue. Okay? What are we teaching our kids? To just stay in a relationship that's not working? They see it.
They don't see anything. They see a mom and dad hustling their butts off to make stuff happen all the time.
But you literally just told me I couldn't do it without your income.
Yeah, a mom and a dad, not just a mom.
Oh my God.
The focus on physical abuse or infidelity as the only main reason for leaving a relationship can be really limiting. Many people stay in unhealthy marriages because they don't recognize other forms of abuse, like emotional or financial abuse, or even the strain of growing apart. It's like the society doesn't value the emotional toll of staying in a relationship where the connection is no longer there. And that can make it harder for people to leave. This brings up the conversation of the no-fault divorce, but I'm not going to focus on that in this video. Growth and change are a huge factor. Life isn't static, and as people evolve, sometimes they no longer fit with the people they once connected to. The idea that marriage is forever, no matter what, can feel like an unrealistic expectation, especially when you are no longer the same person you were when you made those vows. The Jessica Alba and Cash Warren example is a great illustration of how relationships can naturally evolve and how growing apart doesn't necessarily have to be a scandal or dramatic failure. It's just life, and sometimes it's healthier to acknowledge that and move forward rather than forcing the relationship to work when it's no longer serving either person. So what do you think it would take for the society to start recognizing and validating these less obvious forms of abuse and the idea that it's okay to end a marriage even when there is no physical violence or infidelity? To be honest with you, I think the society is not ready for that conversation. Like I mentioned before, the no-fault divorce. Elon Musk is talking about the birth rate going down the hill. People are talking about decline in population. So expecting the society to embrace these other reasons for divorce, it's definitely encouraging the decline in birth rate the more. And we know the society is not happy with that. But when the society is ready to have this conversation, I think they should start by redefining what a healthy relationship looks like. Remember, the society sold the narrative of what a relationship is supposed to look like to women. They made us more agreeable, more accepting to men's BS, which has made it more difficult for women to identify when they're not being treated well in a relationship. It's hard for a lot of women to tell what a healthy relationship is supposed to be like because of the societal grooming and conditioning. So if the society stops focusing on the big red flags like physical abuse and infidelity and focus more on the subtle ways people can be mistreated in relationships, such as emotional neglect, constant financial strain, and other forms of abuse, then it will be easier for women to have a better understanding of what a healthy relationship is supposed to look like. If you would love to watch more videos like this, click this video to watch how a woman transformed her life after she left her toxic marriage, and I'll see you on the next one.